Welcome back to the Team Nerd Herd podcast, where our best advice is if you want to do it right, collect what you like. Herd, we are super excited to bring you yet another comic book spotlight creator interview, a segment we like to call, What If We Never Shut the F Up? Tonight, you'll find out. Without further ado, before we introduce our guests, let's get into this roll call. What's going on, JR? How's it going, my brother?
Nothing much. Just enjoying a nice Friday night. 70 degrees here in Cali. It's a good day. I'm going to pass on down to Alonzo. What's up with you, sir?
Not much. Just looking forward to the weekend and just finding some time to kind of decompress and relax after this crazy week. But I'm Alonzo, aka Comics and Pops, your comic book nerd and your pop culture fanatic. Over to you, Steve.
Oh, thank you very much. And it is a pleasure. It is your boy Steve, aka Hip Hop Sydney _comics_collectibles, and I'm your 1/12 scale collector, comic book lover, and chaser of all things nostalgic. But without further ado, let's go ahead and introduce our guest for the evening, y'all. Now, you've seen a lot of his work in the Nightwing series, Middle West, Ice Cream Man most recently. Last year, he had an NYCC exclusive for crossover that sold out in seconds. Gone. Bye-bye. A Girl Who Walks Home Alone at Night, and that homage, that beautiful homage to Jenica. Team Nerd Herd, give him a warm welcome and a round of applause. Our friend to the podcast, Alan Quah.
Hey,
Welcome, sir.
hello everyone.
Thank you very much for joining us on the show, Alan.
Thank you for having me.
We are super excited.
So I'm Alan Quah. As everyone know, I draw comics. I also dabble in statue design, and I own comic Kaki Studio, a studio specializing in digital coloring.
Very nice. We're super excited to have you, Alan. I mean, we've been fans of yours for quite some time. We've equally have purchased a lot of the incentive covers and your art. I know for myself, I'm still waiting on that Ice Cream Man that you just recently released, and it is absolutely amazing. So we want to thank you for giving us your time and being here with us today. So thank you. But I know before we open up this interview, there is a question. It is a staple of the Team Nerd Herd podcast, and it is an opening question that we ask. Tell us a little bit about yourself, how you got into the industry, and where it all started.
Well, interesting question. Me coming back to comics is really like a full circle. I used to draw comics as a 15-year-old boy when I was still in school, professionally, drawing for local fanzines and, local humor magazines in Malaysia. And I did that for a couple of years, only to realize that, probably drawing comics is not going to be a very lucrative career. So I went into the next best thing in Malaysia, which is advertising, because back then advertising is still in this phase where they require designers to do a lot of drawing, dabbling in what you call storyboards and stuff related to advertising,
Mm-hmm.
So I was an advertising man for about 15 years.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow.
Before I realized that I miss drawing comics a lot, so I sort of like took a gamble to try and give comics another chance,
Mm-hmm.
So it was a tough few years, scary few years, because I by then I became a dad,
Congratulations.
Yeah,
Nice.
so that was like 10 years ago, right? And it was like do or die. You got to somehow be successful in this line. If not, then you have to go back to what you hate, which is advertising, right? So I spent a couple of years doing a lot of indie stuff, and only recently, like about 5 years ago, I started to got my break, so called, working in more higher profile books, for Titan Comics. I spent 2 years drawing Dark Souls, right?
Okay.
And yeah, so one thing led to another. I got to know my current agency, Scott's Collectibles, who really are the people who I need to thank profusely for putting me in the map, so-called, for getting me gigs like working with DC and Marvel Comics.
Yeah, they're a great company.
Yeah, they are a great company, and all the other publishers. I'm very happy working with everyone right now.
Very nice.
Yeah, especially Scott's Collectibles, because they have a wide variety. Like to your point, you're saying that you work with DC, with Marvel, but you've also seen so many more indie titles like Boom Studios recently with Boom Studios, because I know I was not the lucky winner of that wraparound Something's Killing the Children cover, Alan, and oh my God, it hit my heart. It hit my heart so bad because as soon as I had it in my cart, it was gone. I was like, no.
Yeah, that was really a fun project because I was a big fan of the book, and I was disappointed because I mean the book has been around for like a year plus, right? And I was disappointed because I've never gotten a chance to actually do a cover, So when the opportunity arose, I was like wanted to do something really that that can express the frustration of being able to do one for so long, So I did a wrap around.
Oh yeah, and that was the mic drop for Alan, I gotta say, because it just sold out in seconds, but it's so beautiful. I mean, just
Thank you.
I think it's probably one of the better Something's Killing the Children covers that I've seen, at least, and for it to sell out and not be able to get it, it's like, oh my God, this was beautiful. Just the piece was amazing. Thank you. Well, I mean, to be fair, Something is Killing the Children is really a cool comic book, right?
Oh, yeah. I think we have really a lot of good covers prior to mine, so I am just trying to make myself look relevant really.
But the one great thing I've noticed about your art is you have such different styles. I mean, like the crossover ones remind me a lot of George Perez, and just how you have just a million characters and they all look good. Like you have like a million people in this one scene. You're just like, they all have faces and stuff. And you know what I mean? I know that's extremely hard to do, and that takes some serious talent. But then you have you have like that wraparound cover that's amazing. The Department of Truth one with the car on the front, which I still need to pick up. I need to probably get on the secondary market. Yeah, that's the one.
I was a lucky winner of this.
But I mean, it's amazing that you're able to do that, because a lot of guys, it's kind of one note is what they do. What's your inspiration? Like, what artists did you grow up like kind of want to follow and stuff?
Very good question. I think I'm more like I have an old soul in me. I like Bronze Age comics a lot. I collect a lot of black and white magazine, the Warren magazines.
Nice.
Stuff like Creepy, Vampirella, 1984. Those kind of stuff where artists back in the days, right, rely a lot on ink wash, to create depth, because printing back then was more of an inferior quality, and everything is all relying on the artist's capability in creating depth of field. So I love those stuff from there, and because of my love for those black and white magazines, right? So I sort of like have this little so-called love for ink wash. So some of my covers, you can see that I like to use ink wash as well. While some, like what you mentioned, on crossover, I need it to be drawn in a really clean line so that I can tell a better story. So basically, my approach to covers is really, um, if I can tell a story, I will tell the story even with a certain style. So basically, I like to draw in a few styles, and those styles will be applied on based on the title that I'm given.
Okay. Very nice.
Yeah,
Yeah.
to kind of echo what JR is saying about how you're able to fit all of these amazing characters all on one cover and still be able to see every single detail and know that each person looks different from another person. So they all have the unique look to them. And you also had a cover that just came out recently for Marvels, and that cover had everybody on it, and it was amazing.
Oh my god!
I love this cover so much because it's like they're all like just hanging out at a diner or something, and there's so many characters, and they all look unique. They don't all look the same, and I'm like, how does he do this? And then you have all these little details, like on the floor, on the booths. I mean, how do you find the time to make this work of art?
Well, thank you. It is more like me trying to vent my frustration, really, because sometimes I feel like, I am an underachiever, right? I spent many years pursuing the Marvel opportunity. I've been trying to get the big break, right, since like 14 years ago. So in my collection, every year I have a rejection letter from Marvel, so I'm very proud of that. So over the years, I've been working hard, improving my art skills, improving my drawing style, right? So when I got the opportunity this year, whenever I have a chance to draw a Marvel cover now, right, I will try to throw in as much as possible in there, sort of like just in case if tomorrow I'm not going to get hired by them, right, I have really drawn all the characters in there just to be safe.
And I totally get it, because your aliens cover that you had, I mean, even then, you could see the details on the xenomorphs and on their eggs, and I mean, it looked phenomenal. Like you're actually on a movie set, and you see all of those details on every single thing. And I mean, I think you are definitely knocking it out of the park, and I'm so happy that Marvel decided to hire you and to work on pretty much all of these covers.
Yeah, I'm happy to be drawing them too. I guess the years in advertising helps in that aspect of me drawing covers right now, because in advertising they teach you how to play with colors. They teach you branding, and they teach you how to create campaigns and stuff like that, right? And of course, most importantly, you do commercials as well, so you need to have the director's eye, on planning a certain camera angles, right? So all these things really help me in my work right now. So when you mention aliens, right? So when I got the opportunity to do the cover, I think in the market there were already many retailers who are doing it. So it was easy for me because I get to study what my peers are already drawing for the cover, right? So I mean, advertising teach you to stand out, right? So basically what I do is that I'm just doing opposite of what the covers is already available out there, so that, when you put them together, right, this little cover sort of like, because it is different in that essence, right, then you have a chance to stand out. So that is how I approach my cover. I mean, if there are many red color that is being approached to the cover, right, then I'll do something cool, maybe in green or in blue, just to counteract what is what is available out there.
It's like something like this, maybe.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you could see all the colors just
Just
exploding.
pop,
You're just showing off, Steve. I mean, you're just the lucky guy that was able to get all the covers,
Yeah.
man.
You know, I mean, if
All
you
those
guys weren't
disposables
ready,
would
I don't know
sell
what to
so
tell you.
fast.
I don't know what to tell you. But Jr., my bad. I knew you had a question. Chamber, let it rip, brother.
Well, I was going to ask, like, how long does it take you to do a cover normally? Because, like, that crossover cover or that Aliens cover, for me, I can only draw a stick figure, and that is not even a good stick figure at that. So I could just imagine it's got to take you like a couple days to do this. I mean, how long does it take to do a cover for you?
Well, the thing is, I enjoy drawing backgrounds. I mean, all my life I enjoy drawing backgrounds. So it became second nature for me to draw complex background. When all this opportunity arrive, I'm just like I just want to like draw as many things as I possibly can. I mean, just in case, that I don't get the opportunity to do this again. But I remember that the first time I actually embarked onto something this complex was when I was working on a cover for TMNT 101, an exclusive for big time collectibles. Back then I did a cover of a ramen restaurant. The turtles were having ramen, in a ramen shop,
Yeah.
So that also like spearheaded the whole idea of throwing in elements into into a comic cover, or for that matter to tell a little mini story, something that we normal people can relate to, like what I'm doing now, with some of those covers that you mentioned, a ramen shop, a comic book shop, or like for the Marvels, I did a diner for it, right? So I'm gonna continue pursuing this direction, doing really ordinary scene with superheroes. I think I enjoy doing that, and I hope the fans does too.
No, we most definitely do, because every time I can get a cover of yours, I'm already at the checkout buying it and waiting for it. So I can't wait to see the Ice Cream Man in hand. Now, I was going to ask you, Alan. I know you have an advertising background, and that really helps because all the colors that you like, everything that you're talking to, shows in your work. But you also said you're a fan of statues. Now, like in your drawings, do you use some statues or a look of anatomy to capture a certain pose that you're really trying to exude in a cover?
Yeah, well, initially, many of us we like to study statue designs to get inspiration, to draw certain characters, or to create certain pose. But we also have to be very careful with that because nowadays it is very sensitive to actually do a full homage of of anything really, so most of the time these days, if I ever need a complex pose, right? Sorry.
No problem.
What I do is that I will get my wife to take to shoot a couple of poses, that I do myself. Yeah. So basically, that's how we how we design poses these days. By shooting, taking photographs of ourselves. Or if we have friends who are willing to to joke around, right? So we would just take a bunch of photo references, as poses.
I was gonna say, I think Alex Ross does that too. He uses live action people to do that. I've also heard Greg Hildebrandt will take, like I heard like a Godzilla. He's doing a piece where Godzilla's in it, and he had a toy Godzilla, and he'd put it up, and he'd put the light in a certain way so you can get the shadowing, not necessarily the figure, but just to get the shadowing right for it.
Yeah, of course. Those definitely helps. I mean, if you have statues around, right? and you decide to do a certain light source, right? Then you can just throw the light source onto the statue, and you get a really good reference point, from there.
So when you draw, do you actually use pen and pencil, or do you use a digitally? Do you draw? What's your preferred method?
It depends on which cover. Like for example, you talk about crossover, because it is such a complex design, right? My logic will tell me that I shouldn't draw with ink and wash, because if the editor needs anything removed, right?
Right.
I'm going to be in trouble. So my approach to covers like that is I will just draw with pencils, really clean lines, so that we can focus on detailing in colors.
Okay.
So yeah, while covers that are not so complex, and I know that I need to create a certain mood to it, right? Then I will draw with ink and wash. Sometimes I will just draw with pigment pens, and sometimes I will draw with the brush with ink wash, and sometimes I'll mix it up with Copics as well.
Very cool.
Mhm.
Is there any character that you haven't drawn that you'd like to draw?
Oh wow. Well, I am now in a position where I can say I am about to draw a lot of characters.
Nice.
So yeah, so in the coming months, you will probably see a few more interesting titles. Yeah, I'm excited to share that with you soon. Yeah.
Oh, we can't wait.
Ooh, go ahead, JR.
I was gonna say, I know you can't say them, but I'm hoping we get a Predators to go with that alien one, and I'm hoping we get some Star Wars eventually.
Maybe.
We got a maybe.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
That's more than I expected.
I'm hoping for a Wolverine.
I know.
Maybe.
Yeah. So who's your favorite Marvel character, Alan?
My all-time favorite is definitely Wolverine.
There you go.
Yeah.
All right.
Wolverine.
What uniform do you like him with? The yellow or the brown?
Or the tiger stripe.
I think if you say it correctly, I believe it should be the yellow one that John Byrne did.
Yep.
You are a fan of the Bronze Age.
I am. My favorite, all-time favorite Bronze Age collection is Uncanny X-Men issue 108 to 143.
Nice.
The whole entire collection of the X-Men drawn by John Byrne. That's my all-time favorite comic book.
There's some amazing sketches. I mean, John Byrne is amazing. I mean, I've got several of his pieces, several books of his. Mm-hmm. He's the one guy he's like my white whale that I want to get to sign a book.
Mm-hmm.
That's the one thing I want from him.
Yeah, I had the privilege to meet up with John in 2019 in New York Comic Con. I was doing a signing in at the IDW booth. Uh-huh. And John Byrne was just standing right in front of me, waiting for his turn.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
Wow.
How did that feel?
I feel like a fanboy. I was signing comics at the IDW booth, and then in front of me is John Byrne, and I was signing my books, and I look up and I saw John Byrne right in front of me, and I couldn't contain my excitement. My wife was next to me, and I was like geeking out, telling my wife, John Byrne, and he saw me doing that gesture, and then he walked over to me and say hi. That was like, wow.
Wow.
So we had a nice 10 minutes chat, so that was an awesome experience.
Oh my God. That would have been an awesome experience for me too. I mean, I just can't imagine on your end. I mean, you meeting a lot of these artists and writers, and getting really in the mix of the industry. For us, I mean, it's a real treat. I mean, we miss Comic Cons, and we miss being in those lines and being able to wait to get something signed or remarked by our favorite artists. That I always am curious to know how artists or writers feel to meet their people that they look up to. It's just it's such an amazing experience. Thank you for sharing that, Alan. My God.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I'm definitely. People ask me, what are you? I will always say, I am a comic collector first, comic artist second. Because I love my comics. If I don't love my comics, there's no reason for me to draw comics for a living.
That is true.
That is
So-
wow. Okay.
So have you? Because you said you have a son, and it sounds like he's right about the right age to start planting those seeds. Have you started planting the seeds of comic books with him?
Now, well, my son Aiden, he's not that into comics. He's more into building Legos and stuff. My elder daughter, Abby, she's more into it. She used to mimic me, at home. When I'm drawing at home, she will mimic me. She will set up her own table to draw. She will spend hours doing her paintings and stuff. So there was one time when I was doing a cover for Judge Dredd for an IDW project, where I need to draw Judge Dredd facing off with a bunch of mutants. So there was really a big, huge crowd scene of mutants, in the background. So I let my daughter sneak one of her drawing into the background.
Oh, that's cool.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Now that's a secret variant right there.
Yeah. So that was fun, trying to sneak my daughter's art in there, so one day she can be proud of that. My first published book, I was 9 years old.
Oh
That's
my
very
god.
cool.
Yeah.
That is way cool.
Yeah.
Now, Alan, is there something that, aside from being an artist, is there something that you would like to kind of branch out to in writing and putting out a comic? If so, would it be along the lines of superhero or along the lines of an indie title? If you could have your shot at that and say, this is what I want to do from the art into the writing, what kind of concept would it be?
Well, it's interesting that you asked this question because recently I created a character. Well, basically, it was an invitation by a local publisher in Malaysia who just started a new fanzine, and they invited me to draw a cover for them. And I used to draw for the Malaysian market, right? And that was like many years ago. So it was interesting to come back to my roots, to draw something for the community. So I did something recently, a girl in a mecha suit, so that's sort of like got me interested in perhaps I can sort of like do something with this character, as I was creating that cover, and while I was doing it, and then by the time I finished drawing it, right, I realized that I have a few mini story to tell, So and because this is a nice platform for Malaysians to to create short stories, right? So I have an ambition to right now maybe whenever I'm free, right, I'll just draw a 3-pager using this character and see what I can do with it. So hopefully one day, right, if I compile enough pages, then I can create a product of my own, using this. So we'll see.
That's very cool.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
I would be
to
super
like-
excited.
To just kind of add to what Steve was saying, I mean, if you're looking to that, I mean, we know a lot of the artists that are going through the Kickstarter route, to get those ideas, to get those fans to get excited about it and help you crowdfund or fund the project. So when you don't have to do it alone. Trust us. Like we would definitely support you, and I'm sure all your fans all over the world would do that. Would want to see
Thank
you take that leap.
Thank
Definitely.
you at once. But I think right now my journey is really to draw the license products at the moment. I think that makes more sense to me. Right now, that gives me an avenue to express myself creatively, using characters that is more assured. In that sense, right? And I can pick and choose products that I think I can excel in, and give something to the fan base, and at the same time also try to create a larger audience to my work. And if when the time is right, I will definitely do my own product.
So, other than New York Comic Con, have you come to America for any other cons? Have you been like San Diego Comic Con or anything?
Well, it was unfortunate that COVID had to happen last year, because last year we had really big plans, to travel to a few shows, But prior to New York Comic Con, we went to Orlando MegaCon.
Okay.
So those were the two shows that I have the chance to go to in 2019. So 2020 was a year where we thought that we're gonna go to Dallas. We'll probably go back to New York again and do a show in Africa and
wow.
and probably a show in Singapore. But all those things all got sidelined, as you know.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, I mean, I miss the Comic Con, and I hope that all of us will get ourselves vaccinated soon, and we can travel again.
Oh yeah, definitely. We have our calendars marked, and we're ready to line up, Alan. We are always ready to line up. It is the number one rule for the Team Nerd Herd podcast in San Diego Comic Con, and moving forward.
It'll be awesome to see you guys personally.
Oh yeah, definitely. We can't wait. We cannot wait. I would love to get something remarked or a commission to, most definitely. I mean, I'm on this journey as a new collector. So for me, I got the bug, and Alonzo's warned me. As you could tell, he has a background full of artwork, to admire as we are staring at your bookcase to admire. So the follow-up question I did have, Alan, I know with like time constraints and everything with like having covers at a certain amount of time, do you find yourself reading anything specifically? You said you're a comic book fan and Bronze Age fan. Do you find any modern stuff that you pick up and possibly read? And if so, what is that?
Oh gosh, I'm so ashamed to say that because I'm busy these days, right? The only books that I actually read, right, are the books that I am being asked to draw. So recently, of course, obviously I've read Something is Killing the Train. I love that a lot.
Me too.
But like I said, I'm so ashamed to say that I have a lot of books, right? But it is just the whole idea of owning books right now. I hope that I get a chance to read some of those books that I bought.
Oh yeah.
But definitely, I have a lot of image books around, right? I enjoy the indie books a lot.
I as well.
So you were saying that you're a Bronze Age guy. When you go to New York Comic Con, how much time did you leave your table to go rummaging through the back bins? Because I have a feeling I'm gonna be back there looking, and I'm gonna turn to the side, and I'm gonna see you going and grabbing the same books behind me.
Oh my goodness, it was so frustrating, right? Because as you know, in New York Comic Con, the layout is such that the artist alley is at the lower floor, and you have to walk up 2 floors up to the main area, right, where all the retailers are located, right? So it's a very different layout from MegaCon, where everything is on the same floor, right?
Yeah.
So for me to actually steal myself away from work is so difficult. And by the time I got the opportunity to walk up to the main floor, I realized that, wow, my goodness, there are so many retailers out there, and all the bronze books, all the Silver Age stuff is killing me. Yeah.
No, New York. I've been to New York Comic Con twice. I love it. But yeah, it is a beast. But the thing I love about it is the fact you get that artist alley is just massive. I mean, it's like I've told these guys before. They have like a sign saying "You are here." It's literally like 100 different artists and writers down there, and it's just so awesome to be able to walk through that.
Yeah. Yes, it is. Even my as a comic artist myself, to be among all the more famous artists, right? It is really overwhelming. If I have a better word for it, especially when you're just trying to get into the industry, right? And then you see all these guys are all sitting around, right? And you are collecting all their books as well, So it's surreal.
I can imagine. Has there ever been a time where like they're like, "Hey, Alan, you want to come get some coffee or something with you?" And you're just like, "Me? Yeah, like really?" Has that ever happened to you?
Oh yeah. I'm a big fan of Doug Mankey, and I got to know Doug when I knew that he went to Orlando Comic Con. Then before New York, right? So I got to know his rep, John Jasperson, after we came back from Orlando, and we hit it off. So he made it very clear to me that if I ever visit a same con, right, we're gonna have dinner together with my idol, Doug Mankey. So it was one of those kind of situation that you put yourself into, right, where you get to visit the Comic Con as a comic artist, and you get to hang out with people that that you admire. So those are one of those few instances that you realize that comic artists are just as regular folks. We hang out together.
Yeah.
It's really no big deal after a while.
I get that. Do you have a question, Alonzo?
I do. So now that you're with Marvel, is your next step also to get into DC? And if so, is there a certain character that you would like to draw?
Well, I am not exclusive to Marvel, so technically I can draw for anybody, right? So if there is a new project from DC, I would love to pursue Batman again, and I would also love to draw Swamp Thing.
Nice.
Yes.
Yeah.
That seems like a lot of people's favorite character to draw. I hear that a lot.
And I think it would just fit your style. And again, I'm just referencing the Aliens cover because of the green and the foliage that you have and all of the little details. I think it would look phenomenal.
Yeah, I think I have a few ideas if I ever get a chance to draw a Swamp Thing cover.
All right, DC, did you hear that?
Yeah.
Alan Quah wants to draw Swamp Thing.
Make it happen. Please.
Yes.
We want to see it. Oh my God. So is there a specific statue line that you collect, Alan? I know you said you're a fan of statues. Is there anything specific that you collect, or are you strictly into collecting like your books?
Well, I collect very little statue, to be honest, because mostly is because I don't have the space now. So
I know that problem.
Yeah, that is our our biggest problem, isn't it? So I do collect a lot of action figures, though, especially those designed by Todd McFarlane.
Okay.
Yeah.
Those are awesome.
Yeah, I have a few of those lying around, and I also design some statues for a pewter company based in Malaysia. It is a local brand, and I've been working with them for the last few years. So far, I have done like close to 24 or 24 pieces of statues for them.
Wow.
Wow.
Mostly for DC and Marvel. Our recent line that we did is quite interesting. It is a homage series where I design the superheroes with a background of a famous comic cover. Like we did Action Comics 1. We did Spider-Man for Air 15. So it's a series that I am now still working on. More to be coming out soon, using famous covers.
That's cool.
Wow, that sounds
cool.
amazing.
Will that be coming to the States or just Malaysia?
Well, I think it's available in the States as well. I think if you search for this company called Royal Selangor, you will find all my my pewter statues designs in there.
It's called Royal Statues.
Royal Selangor. Royal as in Royal, Selangor, Selangor.
Oh man,
Very nice.
I'm gonna have to write that down so I can.
I already have it. I already have it written down.
All right, cool.
I'm one step ahead of you, Alonzo, because I
All
need
right.
to see these. I need to see these pewter statues. I'm just
Oh, for sure.
yeah. For collectors, just know no bounds. I need to have a statue now. So
Yeah.
So, do you also, since you also have a Funko Pop up there, do you also collect those too?
Yeah, I have a few Funko Pops, but I don't have it in the studio here. I mostly put all the Funkos in my apartment, and there are some in my art studio as well, but not in the home studio. There's just not enough space anymore because right now the shelf in front of me over here, I have all my Todd McFarlane's.
Wow.
Oh man, yeah, I love the McFarlane figures. They're so detailed, and the articulation.
Mhm.
I mean, it's
Mhm.
fantastic.
mhm.
Most
Especially if you
importantly is affordable.
yeah,
That is true.
They're
That is
not
true.
breaking the bank because you can get into imports and be paying like $85, $95, $65
Mhm.
for more articulation and a little more. But yeah, that doesn't break the bank. I totally agree. I also do Marvel Legends as well.
I stay away from the toys. I do minibus. I'm a big
Okay.
Star Wars fan, so I got all the minibus.
Mm.
So
Now- Oh, go ahead, Jer.
I was gonna say, when you're at cons, do you do commissions?
Yeah, we do. But I suspect, by the time the next con arrive, right, the situation will be a little bit more chaotic. Because mainly because we missed the cons for like since 2020, right? So
Oh, yeah.
during this period, collectively, I think we have drawn really a lot of covers. So chances are we'll probably do less commissions, but more signing. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, that makes
Yeah.
sense.
Yeah.
So this is like there will be a lot of fans out there who have collected your books, but then they just don't have the the avenue to send the books to you because logistically it's just crazy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And we have a hard enough time sending books inside the states
Mhm.
from one state to another without them getting damaged. I
Yeah.
don't want to try to send them anywhere international. I don't
Yeah.
care if it's
Well,
Europe or UK. I mean, Europe or Africa or Malaysia. It's crazy.
Yeah. Well, I have a lot of boxes behind me right now, where it is shipped from Scott's Collectibles or from the retailers directly. So the challenge right now really is receiving the box, take them out from the comic shoes, signing them, packing that back in, and then sending it to the shipper. So it is a lot of work, just to sign books these days.
Oh, I can imagine.
Especially
Yeah.
with the time frame that that you're given to. I mean, it could be a lot of work for sure. Alonzo, you were going to say something. I'm sorry.
No, I was just actually gonna say, like, Dan from Scott's Collectibles, like, he's amazing. I mean, that guy, he is on it. Like any sort of questions you have, like, he'll reply to you like same day or even next day, and he's located in the UK. I mean, it's great. He's a pleasure to like work with.
Yeah. I mean, he's my big brother. I mean, without him, you guys don't talk to me here now. He made everything happen for me.
Well, and it seems like he really supports artists too. Like I always see, like I hear your name and Natalie Saunders and a couple other names. He's always bringing up the new up and comers, which is awesome because I like to get those people that are just brand new that are doing something fresh and innovative. Because it's nice to have like those pieces. You know what I mean? They're something special about them.
Yeah,
I mean,
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Alan. No, go ahead, please.
no, I'm just saying, Daniel Scott and his dad Alan Scott started this this brand, Scott's Collectibles. And I think it is amazing that they gave opportunities like this to people like me, who is like on the other side of the world. I mean, for me to travel to US, right, it's like a 24-hour journey, right? And
Wow.
before getting to know them, I think the whole concept of going to a Comic Con, right, is practically non-existent. I mean, there's no way I'm gonna fly myself there, and attend a convention, right? Without getting myself, in situations where I can't get a place, or I
Right.
can't find accommodations and stuff like that. But with Daniel, he managed to make things possible for me, by flying me to shows and introducing me to all the retailers, all my employers, my current employers. I mean, everything is all him.
So, Alan, there is a question that I want to ask you. The group, we usually end the show with a rapid fire question. It is a gamut of questions that may not be comic related or may be comic related. But
Oh.
are you ready to go through the rapid fire questions?
I'll do my best.
All right. All right. So here's my question. If I were to visit Malaysia and go to one of your food places, what would you recommend?
I will recommend nasi lemak.
Oh, okay. I've heard of that.
Nasi lemak is a rice cooked in coconut milk.
Oh, that sounds good.
Yes,
Yeah, and you eat it with fried anchovies, with curry chicken, or with chili squid, or sometimes with
nice.
fried chicken.
Oh, that just sounds.
Yeah, and a lot of chili.
Oh yeah. JR is smiling right now because he likes it super hot. He likes it.
Oh
super
yeah,
Nice.
I'm crazy. I like the real hot stuff.
Nice. Yeah, my man.
Yeah, if you don't have the beads of sweat going down your head, it's not hot enough.
I literally go into a place and say, "Give me the hottest thing," and they'll give me. They're like, "Oh, here, try this. This will be fine for you."
Nice.
And I'm like, "No, that's not hot enough."
Next time I visit the con, I need you to be around so that I can show me to the hot stuff.
Oh, definitely.
Yes,
Yes.
you will roll with us if you go to San Diego Comic Con, Alan. We will take you out and take you around San Diego to the finest food spots.
Get you some
I'll
really good
pick up the
Mexican
offer,
food.
guys.
Yep, that's for sure, 100%. So my question is, since you again mentioned that you're a fan of the Bronze Age, which single book, not a series or run, just one book, would you say has been the most influential on your career?
Wow, that's an amazing question, but I can't think of one exactly. But I guess if I'm put in the corner right now and you were to ask me this question, I think it has to be ASM 129.
Punisher.
Oh my God, did you hear that, JR?
Yeah.
Yes,
I've got one of those.
Oh, that's a great. Oh my God,
It's Punisher. Come
amazing
on.
that's a great book, and the cover is amazing. Oh, that's a
iconic.
great pick. I love it.
It is an amazing book. I still love the cover. I had the privilege to draw much of that, and I can't say no because honestly I personally am not a big fan of drawing homages, but big time collectibles asked me to do one, and homage is a ASM 129. I cannot say no.
I mean, it's an iconic cover. I mean, my God,
It
like
is.
that's fantastic.
So since you got the Batman emblem on your shirt, we'll go with this. Harley Quinn or Punchline? Who do you like?
Well, I've drawn Punchline. I would love to try and do a Harley Quinn. Is Steve disappointed or is excited?
I'm excited.
There's a
I'm
running
excited.
joke on our show that I refer to to Punchline as the Red Goblin because
Goblin.
I thought when the Red Goblin first came out in Spider-Man, everyone went, "Oh my God, this is amazing, this new character," and then they killed him like 8 issues later. And when Punchline came out, I was like, "Oh yeah, she's cool, but they're gonna kill her in like 8 issues because she's just a Harley knockoff." And so Alonzo loves Punchline. I think she's okay. I think she's a watered down version of Harley personally.
But just to kind of add to your cover of Punchline, I love it. I mean, there's so much action. I mean, it's like they're falling from the sky. I was like, oh my God, they're coming for me. I mean, it's like they're jumping right off the page. I love that cover, by the way. It's in my collection and it's not going anywhere. It's beautiful. And again, it's you have this sense of movement in it. I love it.
Thank you. Well, the process of that book was quite interesting, and it's unfortunate that there were other ideas that was not allowed, because our initial idea was to make it more like a gang war, a Punchline and the Joker standing in the back alley with the goons, right, carrying weapons and stuff like that. But it was not allowed. Apparently, drawing guns is a big no-no right now. So most of the mainstream covers are not allowed to show any guns. So the idea was shot down, and then we came up with this idea of Punchline and Joker jumping down from a tall building above, right, into an alley or somewhat. My initial idea was to have Joker shooting a gun, at the reader, right? Again, it was shot down, and then we reverted to a toy gun with a bang, right, outside the nozzle, right? That was shot down, and then I tried to salvage it by doing this gesture, right? This hand gesture. It was still not allowed. So in the end, we just had to do something safe.
You know what?
But just done a fish.
That safe choice is still unbelievable.
Yeah, I mean, we are happy with it because we get to.
Oh my God, I'm happy with it. I was like, oh my God, this is great.
Yeah. I'm glad we managed to salvage the idea.
Art for that, let me know.
Unfortunately, it's already so.
Oh my God, it's so good.
Strike out, Alonzo.
Don't worry, there will be others.
Oh, okay. I like the sound of that.
You got another question, Steve?
Oh yeah, I was
another round robin.
Yeah, another round robin, Alan, and then we will close the show. I know you have other things to do in your day. Is there a specific music that you listen to set you in the mood for drawing? And if so, who is that artist?
I don't really have a specific artist that I like, but I like to have some noise in the background when I draw, and basically Spotify is my choice, and because the way algorithm works these days, right, is that when you play what you call classic rock, right, so everything is recommended as classic rock. So at one point I was currently right now I am into music from New Amsterdam, and I realized that all those are really nice folk acoustic sounds, so I'm into that right now.
Okay, all right.
Yeah. Spotify hurts me because they're classic rock now. It's like I'm a huge Guns N' Roses fan and Nirvana fan. All this stuff that's from like the 90s, that's all classic rock now.
Yeah. So I have a habit of every time when I'm working and I'm listening to something on Spotify that I like, right? So I will just post it as stories on my Facebook account, so that the fans know that what I'm listening to.
Nice.
And honestly, it's kind of lame.
So Alan, I know you have limited time, but have you watched the Justice League Snyder Cut?
Oh God.
I have I have watched it. I watched it
What
twice.
did you think? Did you enjoy it?
I did. I enjoyed it, but I honestly, I just don't have the stamina to watch a 4 hour movie anymore.
Hmm.
I remember back in the days, my uncle used to bring me to watch, reruns like those old movies, where it is 4 hours long, like Ben-Hur, those kind of stuff where they have intermission in between. So watching the Snyder Cut makes me remember that my uncle used to force me to watch a long hour movie with him.
No, I totally get it. I mean, even I had to watch it. I watched it like the first 2 hours and I paused it and just did some stuff and then rewatched it. So what was your favorite part of the Snyder Cut? What part like really stood out that you're like, wow, this is great?
Well, I like the fact that he redesigned the bad guy. So sorry, I just lost his name.
Steppenwolf or
Steppenwolf.
Darkseid?
Yeah, Steppenwolf. I love the fact that he redesigned Steppenwolf. I find the costume really cool. There are a lot of moving organic parts as while he's moving around, right? I find that very cool. I like the way they reintroduce Wonder Woman. That particular scene strikes me very well. I enjoy that, and I think I like the ending as well.
I'm right there with you. Like I thoroughly enjoyed the movie as well. And I found that it was far superior than the movie that we originally got. I was like, this is what it should have been.
Well, I think the aesthetic of it is amazing. I think I enjoy the aesthetic of this cut. Really.
So I have to ask Alonzo, when did you get replaced by copy 801? Sorry, that's an inside joke for us.
Have you guys watched the black and white version yet?
I haven't yet.
Won't. I refuse.
I haven't
to.
yet.
I haven't yet either, but I will.
My life is worth more. I personally don't like Snyder. I think Snyder's a horrible director, but that's just me. Anyways, on to better things. Aliens or Predator? That's my question.
Oh, yeah.
What do you prefer?
Right now?
What do you prefer, Aliens or Predator? Like, if you were to sit down and watch a movie.
I think it's very unfair to have a preference because both of them are from different era. Alien is way much earlier than Predator, and Alien was designed during a time where you have very little special effects to hide with. It's all based on camera tricks, right?
Right.
Well, and a Predator is designed in an era where you can add a lot of cool effect to it. I would say if you ask me in a situation where it's life or death, right? I guess it's gonna be Alien.
But still, Alien, even though it's older, I would pick Alien. I mean, I think it's better without having the tricks. I mean, look at Star Wars; it's some amazing stuff, even holding up 40 years after the fact.
Well, Alien is sort of like a no-brainer for me because I remember when the movie came out, Walter Simonson did what you call a movie adaptation of it, and I still have that book with me right now.
Oh,
it's
wow!
It's an amazing comic adaptation.
I'm gonna have to hunt that down.
All right. Alan, you made it successfully through the rapid fire questions. And with that being said, we want to thank you for joining the Team Nerd Herd podcast. We want you to tell our subscribers where they can find you on Instagram, Facebook. Please plug in your information to our subscribers. Let them know where they can find you and take us out Team Nerd Herd style.
Yeah, you want to all you need to do on Facebook is to type my name, Alan Quah, and you can find me there. And on Instagram it's the same, Alan Quah. So these are the only two platforms that I share my work, and I look forward to seeing all of you on my Facebook and on my Instagram. So I think I should end it with if you want to do it right, collect what you like. Did I say it right? Correct, guys?
You got it right.
You got it. You got it.
That's perfect, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you very
you.
much.
Thank you, Alan.
Thank you for having me, guys.
Feeling fine. I love a late September. Take my time. I know that you remember all the times. Take you out the stormy weather. What's on your mind? What's on your mind? I know you wanna come and dance with me. I can see it in your eyes, girl. It's plain to see. So if you wanna come and dance with me, just slide in the boogie with me. I know you wanna come and dance with me. I can see it in your eyes, girl. It's plain to see. So if you wanna come and dance with me, just slide in the boogie with me. I know you wanna come and dance with me. I can see it in your eyes, girl, it's plain to see. So if you wanna come and dance with me, just slide in the boogie with me.
Slide in the boogie with me.
I know you wanna come and dance with me. I can see it in your eyes,
Girl, it's plain to see.
if you wanna come and dance with me, just slide in the boogie with me.
Yeah. Let me catch a vibe. I ain't catch one for a while. The way she running through my mind is like she ran a mile. We ain't really gotta do it, but we back at it. Yeah, we back at it. Like a bad habit. Boy, I'm too up. Y'all really be too low. I got a true talk. Y'all really got no growth. I could call it stunting, but that would be too cold. I've been right here trying to get it on go. I'm too fly like oh. Hop in the car and go fast like Zoom. Tell me how you feel when you dancing in the room. To this cup right here, you the brightest like the moon. In the nighttime, baby, the boogie make you move and it might sound crazy. The floor smoked out, so it might look hazy, but I'ma make sure that it's